What's up, traders? Welcome back to another video. We're back. I know it's been a long time, and no, I haven't quit trading, for those of you who have been asking. I've just been very busy with projects in and out of the trading sphere, and I'm looking forward to showing you a couple of those as time goes on and when the right time comes. And also, I managed to break my shoulder the other day doing some skateboarding, which some of you know is my hobby. So I'm going to be off the board and pretty immobile for the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks. So I thought I'll come back. I've got some time now to start making videos. So today we're going to jump straight into the charts. We're going to be looking at oil. We're going to mark up the charts. I haven't actually managed to get on here yet. It's 1 o'clock, so we're nearly at New York, and we can see what we can find, and I'll show you the strategy I've been using while I've been away. Let's go. Right, jumping onto the charts. We're on oil, we're on the 4-hour chart. Now this is going to give you an idea of how I've been trading since I haven't been recording, and basically we're going to be using support and resistance lines to find areas of clean traffic for oil to move through. Now if you've traded oil before, you may have noticed that oil is very respecting of levels, and it also moves quite a lot throughout the day. So our fluctuations of movement throughout each day is a lot. You know, we get good volume either to the upside, to the downside, nice swings of movement, and rarely do we get sort of very close consolidation. You know, we get a lot of movement, so we can always take advantage of that. So that's why I really like to trade oil. And also you may see that I have changed my chart theme since I've been away. I thought I'd change it up a little bit and go for a little simpler look, which I'm really enjoying at the moment. So the idea behind this is we're going to mark up our 4-hour levels, and then that's going to give us an idea of where we can look for trades from. And then once we've found those areas, to get our entry, we're going to be dropping to the 30-minute chart. Now bearing in mind today we have got some high value news at 3 o'clock. Was that? Yeah, 3 o'clock, and that is tomorrow. It's NFP tomorrow, which is Friday. Just quickly, we're going to jump on here. We're going to have a look at, obviously we've got a resistance here on the 4-hour, which became support twice now. So that's good. Then we're going to mark out all the minor sort of resistances and support. So you can see we've had resistance. So we've got a nice channel there. And then what we're looking for is price that has moved fast through these channels. Okay, so you can see that we had big volume quickly moving here. We moved back up quickly here. We came back in. We had quite a large swift movement down over the evening. Came back, retested this support, and then moved down quickly again. So what does that tell me? It tells me that in the future, potentially, if we break back up into the zone, we could get a push up into this higher volume area. And what we could do is probably pop another line here, because we've got a support and a support. So now we've split this big channel into two. Okay, now we can see we've already tried to break into the channel once already, didn't actually make it all the way up to the support here, so likely on a third try, and the same here, we could get that push up. So what we're going to do is we're going to put an alert here, and if price comes into this area, then I'm going to jump onto the charts and I'm going to have a look. Now looking to the downside, what have we got? Looking for any areas of clear support resistance. So we have one here, resisted and supported, so that's good to see. And then also we've got this here, it's looking nice. So you can see two support, 1, 2. We actually broke through cleanly here, but that became resistance and then pushed down. Note again how price moved in this zone. So we had a quick push up, quick push down, quick push up, quick push down, quick push up. Okay, we tried to come in here, we didn't actually close, so that's fine. Then when we came in again, we moved quickly with lots of volume, and again move quickly with lots of volume. So what does that tell me? That now I'm going to be looking for price, if we can break below this level on the 4-hour chart, to look for sales to the downside. So for right now, I am done. I'm going to just make these so I know what they are. 4-hour level, 4-hour level, because I do sometimes mark up lower time frame levels as well. So I put this in just so I can have an idea. Okay, so really nothing else to do. I will come back once we get an alert, and we'll be looking for trades either to the buy side or to the sell side. Let's see in a bit. Alert to say that we have come up to that 4-hour level, so clearly price wants to push up today after a bit of a pullback. So now I'm just going to be patiently waiting. We've had New York open. It's currently 2:24 here, and we're just going to look for this 30-minute candle and see where this closes. Now I'd like to see this close above here, as I said, because that's really going to give us our entry. So it could be this 30-minute candle, or it could be the next one, or it may not happen. But if we do get a closure above here, then I'm going to take a trade to the upside, and we're going to be looking to fill this 4-hour chart. What I did notice just while I was off camera, I'm going to take my Fibonacci tool. The Fibonacci, if you don't know, gives you levels of potential areas to trade from. Okay, draw in from a high and a low. So we've got this leg here, a high and a low, a nice big sharp move. And what usually likes to happen is price will come back to the 50% a lot of the time if there's been a big move, because usually traders like to trade from a discount perspective, and discount perspective is anything above the 50. Okay, so you're getting a lower price to sell from, and opposite if you're going to buy. So there are multiple levels. Now if I draw mine in now, okay, and we're going top to bottom down to there. Okay, we can see that we've got the 50 here, which we already came to yesterday, and we've had a bit of a play around, but a lot of the time we like to go to the 0618. Now some people call that the golden line. I don't really trade off of Fibonacci's, although I do use them to you know, see either targets, or potentially you can get some nice trades off the fib if everything else lines up, and we may get some of those in the future. But for me, I think that price is probably going to come up to that Fibonacci 0618. But what's interesting is that actually lines perfectly up with that line we drew in earlier, that 4-hour area. So that gives me extra confidence that price is potentially going to push up there. So let's see what happens. We're going to see if we can get this 30-minute closure, and hopefully we can go from there. Now at 3:30 I do have a meeting I need to go through for an hour. We've got two 30-minute candle closures before then. If I do get it during the meeting, I'll still be able to look at my phone, and I will take the trade, and then I'll come back if that happens. But let's see what happens. Who knows? So be back in a bit of an update. Alright, so just been watching the chart, and just drop down to the 1 minute here just to have a look. So we are getting a rejection from the 4-hour level, which is unsurprising considering it's such a strong level. The higher time frame you go up, the stronger the levels are. But I just thought I'd just have a look at this. So this is the impulse we had up to originally make our alert go off, and as you can see, we're consolidating at the moment. We could potentially push up from here and continue up, or what may happen is we may pull down into a similar situation as I was talking about in the last clip, where we may come down into this area, fill this fair value gap here to the left. God, I'm so out of practice with doing this quickly. Don't draw in my fair value gaps much these days. So got a fair value gap there, so we could come down, fill that, tap into the 70 or the 618, and then push up, or of course we could continue up. So I would say if we do come down, break close below here, then obviously the trade idea for today is invalid and we don't get a trade. Either way, whatever happens, I will show the result. And if we don't get a trade, we don't get a trade. This is trading. You gotta be patient. You gotta wait for the setups to appear, and yeah, let's see what happens. Alright, so we're just jumping back in. I just stepped away from the computer, got an alert, so we've come back to the area, but I just want to show you what we spoke about in the last clip, where we came back down to fill that fair value gap. We came almost down to the 70, very close, and then prices pushed up from there. So this is where you can use Fibonacci as a really good tool. You could have taken a trade from here potentially if you were trading in that way. Another way to give better confidence is that we came down here, we took liquidity off the low here, and then we broke structure here, came down, and yeah, price is pushing up. So we're looking promising for what we want. Unfortunately, I'm not going to get a 30-minute close until I have to go into this meeting. We are pushing up quite dramatically, so I'm going to look at the 15-minute and maybe take a trade off that. But in fact, no, I think I'm just going to wait 27 minutes and see what happens. The closure may be up here, and if that is the case, then we take the trade up there. It doesn't have to be very close to this area, but let's wait and see. I will keep an eye on this, and hopefully I can delay my meeting by a minute, and just keep an eye on the charts and get this placed. So I'll come back with a result of that once the meeting's finished around 4:30, 5 o'clock. So see you in a bit. Alright guys, so we were waiting for that 30-minute candle to close. It hasn't closed yet, but unfortunately it smashed our target before it even closed. So that's just how it goes sometimes. I'm not going to take a trade on this closure either because of the price action here. We actually came all the way up, filled this channel, and made it all the way up to the 0.7 here, which was our next 4-hour area. So it's a bit of a shame, but I'll take it as a win, as the analysis was correct. But sometimes that's just how it goes. But anyway, good first video back, giving you a good idea of how I'm trading at the moment, and we'll go through with this in our next video as well. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It feels good to be back, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.